If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because he killed all our friends?
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
It's not about how much we lost. It's about how much we have left. We're the Avengers. We gotta finish this. You trust me? I do. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Tickets on sale now.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Big Tasty back. Final week of the Supercoach season, and I can officially say we're in 2 league grand finals. The both leagues I'm in 2 grand finals. So that's 100%. It's massive. Like the most anticipated grand final in Supercoach history. I don't care what league you're in. This is the league that you've wanted to be in. Game day. Smashed him. 120 points. He's trash, obviously. Who takes Matt Crouch? Anyway, we'll just go through the team. Had a couple of big scoring games, but it was kind of mixed all over. It's why that originally I thought it would be a close game. And as for last week, I was meant to put up a video, but then came too late, and then I was like, oh, I'll just do a small video. Nah, nothing wanted to work. So I thought, skip it, whatever, just do it this week. Yeah, the scores were big in some areas and small in some. Get into it. Williams 106, cool. I actually expected a little bit higher, like maybe 120, something like that. But 106 is fine. It won me the game. Whitfield 114. It's kind of what I expected going into the game. Lloyd is bad at the moment. I don't know what's up with Sydney. He hasn't scored above. He hasn't gotten out of the 80s since round 18. It's crazy. This guy was meant to be the best. The best defender in Supercoach. I'm going to say that. He's got a 108 average. It's the highest in Supercoach, I'm pretty sure. Daniel Rich comes in, the 106 man. He's the replacement for Ryan, who went out with injury like 2-3 weeks back now. So it's a fair trade. I think Ryan would have got the same if he was still playing. Tom Stewart, I did expect a bit higher. This guy's been like on and off recently. He had the 119 last week, but yeah, his scores are not too great considering he had an alright start to the season. Those first 3 weeks, a lot of people brought him in. I don't know, he looked like a bit more consistent scorer than he really is. Hearn goes back to the 100s. I'm fine with that. Even though it's a low 100, at least it shows that the calf injury isn't killing him. He can still score. As long as he can get to like 100 again, it's fine. McRae 105. Bit of robbery, but he did have a pretty awful efficiency. I think he was going around 50% efficiency. But he did have a lot of touches, so I thought it would cancel each other out. Still, 105, not too bad. Trelaw, 116. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch the Collingwood game. I don't know what the hell happened. Fife, 101. He kind of got dragged upwards a little bit towards the end of the second half. So, like, I'd say the final 5 minutes of the third quarter plus the fourth quarter really raised his scoring. He was doing pretty bad before that. He was like stuck in the 40s. Yo, 141. Richmond don't defend midfielders, face it, they don't. And West Coast got robbed of the game. Patrick Cripps, 85. Don't know what's up with him as well. His scoring's been up and down. At least this week he's got Geelong. Geelong, like Richmond, they don't defend midfielders. Midfielders go crazy against them. Lucky Neal, 103. This was against Geelong, so I actually thought this would be higher. I expected a better 120 this week. Didn't happen. At least, who's got this week? Is it Richmond? Yeah, Richmond this week. That's good. Richmond also don't defend a midfielder. But I just think the styles of play might stop him. Who knows? Number 11, 94. He started off good, but then he kind of he gets lost in the game. When he puts together a full four quarter performance, his score is massive. But as it goes, he's kind of playing first half, majority of the second quarter. I mean, first quarter, majority of the second quarter, and then goes missing. Yeah. Then there's this absolute scrub. I hope that by some miracle he watches this section. He cannot play football. He has no idea what he's doing out there. I would put me out there and I'd score more points than him. He doesn't know how to play football. It is crazy. He is bad. He's bad. It's so bad. What I watch him out there and he does nothing. He will walk into like 3 or 4 opposing tacklers. You're not going to break 3 to 4 tackles. Stop doing it. Handball, kick away. Don't fight the tackle. You can't. You're too small. You're not strong enough. Stop doing it. He always cops clangers and a bad efficiency because of how he plays. It's bad. Every time I turn on a Hawthorn game, I get a headache because of him. But then the headache's cured by someone else. Grundy 123, Gorn 119. I mean, I wasn't taking any captains. I had it on McRae, changed it to 5 just to cancel out in case 5 had a big game. Ended up not having such a big game, but I mean, for a 4-point difference, it's nothing. Warple, 142. He is in red hot form. He's probably the best forward you can have at the moment. Him or Dunkley. But Dunkley's form because of Liberatore's return and a couple of mixed stuff. I mean, nothing's beaten. 109, 105, 106, 149, 127, 142. Against West Coast this week, I don't know if he gets tagged by Hutchins. I don't think so. I reckon they'd put Hutchins on Homera or Sicily, possibly, if Sicily plays like the more half back role. I don't know. Dangerfield, 146. Yeah, cool. I mean, sure, I expect it. Went to the season being like up there in the most expensive players. You better be scoring that much. Walters, 124. Keep it up. This is what happens. He's getting a 120 and then he's going to go back to nothing. It happens all the time. 137, 56. Now 124, 64. That's what it's going to be. If I predicted the score this week, I'm going to be pretty mad. I don't want a 64. Heaney versus St Kilda this. Oh, no. Who did you have last week? It wasn't Gold Coast. Let me just have a look. Melbourne. Yeah, against Melbourne, he should have got higher than a 78. Melbourne, in my opinion, Melbourne are the worst team in football at the moment because they have, at least Gold Coast don't have talent and that's why they suck. Melbourne have talent and still suck. So they're the worst team in football at the moment. But at least they have talent and they're going to offer, no, that was St Kilda, they're going to offer Brad Hill 900k a year. Offer me like 1% of that and I'll come play for the team. 78. Bogue 111. Cool. He's had I'm guessing the common similarity between everyone is up and down weeks at the moment. I guess it's towards the end of the season. People are kind of out of gas, saving themselves for the finals and stuff like that. Their scores aren't great. Billings should have got higher against Carlton. I did expect a little bit higher up, but 95, close enough. I do think he got robbed a bit towards the end. They Champion Data's doing this a fair bit recently, and I thought it was just me looking at it with a biased view or whatever. But they're forgetting to give points, and then when they give points, they give the wrong amount of points, and then they go back to check it in scaling and stuff like that. But it's kind of too late that you've forgotten about it, and you're just like, oh, give him so many points, and that should do. Because he had 93, had a mark kick, which led to a score, so it's score assist or whatever it is. But he didn't get points for it, and then at the end of the game he ended on 95. And I don't know. I think there's a couple of problems with Champion Data this year. That's why I'm interested to play Fantasy next year. I'll play both, but whatever. But yeah, that kind of rounds out the scoring. Is there anything else? Yeah. Okay. So going into the finals, the grand final. You probably saw it in the intro video, which I had so much fun making that one. That one was really good, and there's a hidden meaning behind it. Last year, before I made a channel or anything like that, it was my second year playing Supercoach. Made it to the prelim and lost because the Andrew Gaff boxing incident the week before didn't have a trade to cover him. So that that was the reason I lost. So I lost by like 22 points. You can't tell me Gaff doesn't get 22. Or if I have a trade, I get someone else that gets at least 22. I mean, there was also like Shane Savage, stuff like that. Horrible plays last year. But it was my second year of Supercoach, okay? My first year I ended bottom 2 in the league. So, yeah, that's why in the trailer it says like the has a picture with Andrew Gaff. Anyway, oh, that's what I was meant to do. I'm not letting it happen again. I'm not losing by 20 points. So I'm bringing in the best available. Mid players I can afford. It's Luke Parker. He's coming in. Now, his scoring has been weird, and I'm pretty much praying on he doesn't get tagged, because if Steel goes to him, I'm screwed. But I have. You just have to go off percentage chance to win. Hannelbury is not gonna help me win at all. Should probably go by 3-round average. Is Ed Langdon really that good? 107 average? Is he the difference? Against Port? Hold on. I have to. The hell is Ed Langdon? I don't watch Freo games. Wingard's been good as well. I'm not gonna lie. Since his like return, I mean, it's not a ton, but against West Coast, no. The midfield's pretty defensive. Patrick Lipinski, he's weird. I keep seeing him score over a ton, but I'm not trusting this man. I think it was the 129, and I looked at him and was like, no, not gonna happen. Could bring in the big difference maker, Angus Brayshaw. He's got North Melbourne. I mean, should he get a ton? If it was last year, definitely. This year, probably not. This is really struggling. I actually don't know. He's got to go. I'm not going into this week with O'Meara. The highest 3-round average is Ed Langdon. The highest 5-round average is Dan Hannelbury. I'm not even looking at that. If he goes a full 150, whatever, I'm not bringing Dan Hannelbury into my team. Just because I have zero faith in him. Yeah, absolute zero. Not gonna happen. Ed Langdon or I mean, Nah, not Rockcliffe. Rockcliffe's gone back to that last year form where he sucked. Luke Parker. What do we got? This. He had this stretch when everyone wanted to bring him in, but there was no Josh Kennedy on the field for Sydney. So since then he's only tonned once. I'm thinking Ed Langdon. You know what? Go with Ed Langdon for now. I'm going to do research on him heavy during the week. And if I see something I don't like, it's straight to Luke Parker. Because at one point everyone wanted him, so there is some form of ability there. Some form of it. I just need him to bring it out. For one last game. This is like the point, whatever it takes. This is whatever it takes. I'm hoping somebody can bring it one last week. Go to the matchups. Ed Langdon is the massive pod. If he gets 117 or 115, something like that, what are his scores? Okay, so what happened round 19 that would lead to a 102 the next week? What could have happened? That's what I'm going to research later on. If I change it, you'll see it next week. So win or lose, I'll make a video on it. We've got Billings, Crisp. Danger, no, that's a common. Let me just change that so like that just shows up a bit better. Where is he? Got him. Any day now. See, this is what happened a couple of weeks ago. I went to captain someone or went to trade out someone, and this happens. I pressed it. Oh well, whatever. Let's gotta work through it. Okay, Supercoach is really bad on the server side this year. Alright, Billings, Crisp, Stewart, Merritt. That one's interesting. Because I do believe Stewart can outscore Merritt. His Merritt has Collingwood. Chris Main, I just need you 1 week to tag the right person. Tag Merritt, hold him to a 50, like a 54. That's a perfect score, 54. Williams, Marshall, I just need you to close the gap on Marshall. He has Sydney. Sydney don't have a ruckman. Alir is not a ruckman. I'm hoping that you can just close the gap between his scoring. Try not to be too much lower than a 20. Warple, I need the big score from you. I need a massive one. I need a 145. Or, even a 1 is projected 124. I guess that would do. But I need a big score to offset Dunkley. I need another 130 or 140, something like that. I need I need it to rain. Sorry, voice crack. Too early in the morning. Salem, I need it to rain. He can't play in the rain. I need that to happen. Hearn, I need you to not be injured. I need a ton. Rich, just ton. It doesn't matter how much you get to just break the 100 line. Walters, kick a couple of goals. It's Port Adelaide. Get a couple of touches. It can't be too hard. It's Port Adelaide. I don't think. Surely Dan Houston doesn't go, I'm just going to ruin all the Supercoach players this week and tag Walters instead of Fife. Langdon. I'm not sure if I'm liking this. I'm betting a lot on that Port game. Imagine Port come out and smash him. That would be interesting. The other league I'm in the finals for that as well. It's crazy because I went into this league at the start of the year and I haven't really checked any of the matchup. Like I haven't made changes for matchups in this league. It's just I ended up third or whatever in this league, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty much the same thing except Oliver's a difference here. Oliver, Bond's a difference. Hooley's a big difference. Hooley can go big. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the same deal. Marshall, Dunkley. Oh no, he hasn't got Dunkley, so it's Marshall, Bond, and Oliver are his big differences. And Sicily. I mean, for me to lose in the other league, if Sicily, Salem, Simpson, one of them ton, or actually, Sicily, Salem, Simpson, or Crisp, if one of them get a 110, I'm 90% sure I lose if one of them ton, because Marshall, Dunkley, Dunkley versus Adelaide. Adelaide have no tagger, Adelaide play no defense. Adelaide is shit. Versus Collingwood. Collingwood should tag. Against no ruckman in Sydney. Can Alira like smash into his knee and tear Marshall's ACL or something? I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, there's a couple of win conditions, a couple of lose conditions. I'm pretty sure I win if Warble goes big, like massive. Gets like 3 goals, 30 something touches. I'm pretty sure I win. If Billings gets 120, it's not a win condition, but it's a pretty good, close to win condition. If Atlangton comes out and gets a 120, that's a pretty, still not a win condition, but it's pretty close. But yeah, no matter what happens, it's been a journey this year. Talk about the most improved, over 3-year stretch, most improved Supercoach player. Year 1, second bottom. Finish, what is it, this 18 in the league? I finished 16 or 17, something like that. I finished here. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I just picked random players and like 3 players I heard the name of on the news. Second year, I finished somewhere in the top 4. Might have been 4, could have been 2, could have been 3, whatever. I didn't finish first. I know that. I made it to the prelim and lost because of an injury, suspension, no cover. So this year, kept 1 trade, and I've made it to the grand final after starting 0-2. After going 0-2, losing to... No, Did he make top 4? Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure. 1 screw up and 1 top 4. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lost this week. Won by a point. How many times can you say that? Won by a single point. Lost in the bye round. But if you take this bye round out, which I guess you can't, because if you take out 1 round here, 1 round there, everyone's undefeated. But skip the bye round, I've gone undefeated the whole season into the playoffs, and I've beaten him before. I mean, it took a lot, but I have beaten him before. So there is a chance. Look at this win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can number 10 be the grand final? Just 1 more win. Whatever it takes. Big Tasty out.